Hi, it's Nicole. I'm back again with more positive impact for mind and body. And today, I thought I'd share with you a little bit of how I structure each one of these podcasts. And it's always with angel guidance, basically. Hi, I'm Nicole Fevrier Davis. I'm a psychic and certified personal trainer. Some would call me a medical medium. Um, I also wanted to ask you if you do like this podcast, I would love it if you would like it and share it. It's a small act that can go a long way. Maybe it's information that you don't find particularly helpful, but you know someone else could really use the information. Just be mindful that this podcast is for you. And if you have any interest in sharing it, that would be of huge, huge help to me. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and commenting as needed. I'm a little bit early today because I started channeling messages earlier today with several readings I gave this morning. And it kind of flowed into a theme. And I thought I'd share the theme with you, especially around now. Like I said, it's a very special time of year. I will say that my perspective about this time of year has shifted somewhat, but the ability to kind of worship and appreciate Jesus in all of his forms has never left me. So this is what my angels said to me just before I came on. I asked, "What would you have me speak about my podcast today?" And they said, "Now you have to remember, I'm also talking to Raphael, Raziel, and Metatron. Metatron came to me in I think it was 2019. I didn't know who he was, but these golden grids kept popping out of my solar plexus every time I gave someone Reiki, and I kept hearing things and telling people, how to address this health issue or that health issue, and the golden grid kept popping up out of the front of my storefront. I used to have a space in Ridgefield, Connecticut, and so anyway, he introduced himself to me, and I think it was 2019. So this is Raphael, though. Raphael's always present throughout all of my healings. So this is Raphael. And then there's Raziel, who has, I guess, sacred knowledge that I have yet to access, but I just wanted to let you know who is talking. So he said, "Speak of the discrepancies between the higher selves and their reality, conscious self. They're always connected, but not always heard." And I find this time and time again. Sometimes I'll even see people's energy kind of floating up and out of their body in an effort to avoid trauma or difficult issues, or even just, confrontation with a spouse. They say, "We seek to engage those who pay attention to that particular aspect of being human. For not one, but thousands suffer in this role, the role of the subjugation of the soul." That's an interesting comment, isn't it? Powerful. "For if not one conscious awareness of the subjugation of the soul's need for expression, we all seek for everyone to be empowered in the process of soul discovery for your species and all humankind." So when I talk to the angels, Raziel, Raphael, Metatron is with me now, we seek not to engage people who are not worthy of our time or energy or attention, but we seek to engage with people who are truly valuable in the experience of being human and consciously aware of all aspects of being human, even the soul, in the process of growth and trials and tribulations you may experience or encounter. Replicate themselves only by the need of the lack of recognition of the soul. This plays a higher role in our realm, in the angelic realm. In the realm of the angels, we seek not just to rectify disturbances or heal those who have need. We seek to evolve you all and bring you into a place of peace and conscious awareness of who you really are. This peace, this conscious awareness, isn't accessible to those who would deny themselves their own God within themselves. We are not suggesting anything that is not already in place. This is a reality. There are several, there are several ways to connect your soul, your spirit, and connect with the guidance that we have for you. However, more often than not, your subjugation of your own soul happens each and every time a discrepancy is found within your own Bible, within your own thought process. Anytime you doubt, anytime you sacrifice the faith that you have pre-embedded in your psyche and your conscious mind for holiness in life, you are subjugating your soul. Be aware of this in every aspect of your life. Every time you deny us and the holiness in your life, you're denying your soul. The soul's awareness of your conscious mind is needed and is actually hindering the conscious mind's ability to fabricate reality. Be not aware of the stories that people tell you. Be only aware of the truth that you hold within your soul. Keep a steady presence in your own mind that you are holy, that you're experiencing your soul in every moment of every day, and that you're making choices and choosing to feel and hear your own soul's words in your own mind. This is the only way to combat evil energies that are being dispersed through popular demand broadcast. This is not a joke. This is a reality. And your participation in it only seeks to further subjugate the soul's expression and those God-given gifts that we all have given you in order for you to live life as fully and completely as you possibly can. We say this with the depth and the greatness of the Lord behind us. This is not something that anyone could possibly have conceived of being an issue, and yet it is. Please be well and be advised. You're being led down a path of self-destruction unless you heed our words in these moments now. Do not be dismayed. This is not the end of times, as predicted by some false prophets. This is only the beginning of a new age that will bring you closer to us if you allow it. I'm just asking Metatron if there's anything more. Yes. Be afraid of your soul's purpose being incongruent with the larger picture. Your soul's purpose is always on time. It is always in perfect resonance with who you are. Anyone who denies you this is not of your soul expression and should be denied your attention. There's so much more we have to share, and yet I feel Nicole is a little uncomfortable sharing as much as she has. We depart with peace and grace. Thank you, and blessings to you all. Wow, it's gonna cry. So these are typical. I did feel that was very. That's a typical transmission, and I'll write it down usually. But I did feel a little uncomfortable because I don't share this very often. In fact, I never speak of it. And it's not because I don't want to, but it's because I'm aware of several lifetimes that I was actually killed because I I was trying to speak God's truth. So, as you can tell, it is very emotional to me. Uh, I'm a clairaudient, so I hear a lot of people. I hear a lot of things on a daily basis, from truck drivers cursing at a kid who let a ball roll into the road, or how contractor will say about the house next door, every door and window in this house needs weatherproofing, to geez, I wish I had someone to talk to today. Or so that kind of grew into hearing specific people. I knew specific people were talking to me at certain times, and now uh, what I realized were what I thought was just messages from the other side when I gave Reiki healing is actually Archangel Raphael. And then after Raphael came Metatron in 2019, and then more recently Archangel Raziel has come and started giving me information about this, I want to say, the wisdom of the soul in the human body. So this is kind of uncharacteristic for this podcast, and yet I do appreciate your time and energy in this. These are real messages. I'm not making them up. They kind of come out of the blue, and very often in relation to the people I've just given a psychic reading to virtually in my business. But this is the biggest thing that I think I've come away with channeling these messages is that, we've been missing the point for centuries, about how our minds and bodies work together and how we can work with them to perpetuate health and well-being. There's, like Metatron said, there's just so much to say. There's so much going on in your mind and body on a regular basis that is truly miraculous. And we don't acknowledge it. We don't acknowledge our souls. We don't acknowledge our gifts anymore. And we really need to. And I hope, especially on Positive Impact Life Facebook page, on my YouTube channel, and my Mind Body Mastery page, that we all, this holiday season, acknowledge, love, and appreciate our souls and our soul's ability to connect with God and be inspired by that connection and be led by that connection. Let that lead you into where you need to be. I just gave a reading to a young man this morning that was really lost, and he had certain interests and was hoping to pursue those things, but because he hadn't had a good example of how to pursue those things, he kind of had been floundering. And it was particularly powerful for him and myself to kind of get confirmation that what he really truly wanted to do was valuable. And that even though he knew no one else who had done it, it was going to be good for him. And it's going to be good for him. And it's going to really not just, make money, but be fulfilling on a soul level that is so hard to come by these days. We are all kind of pre-programmed by our computers, our phones, everything around us to act and behave a certain way. I was just talking to another client this morning about how our behaviors can almost be predictable based on our culture and our exposure to that culture. So I'm happy you're watching this, if you're watching it, but if you are addicted to, YouTube videos and your cell phone and Instagram, then you're probably not giving your soul enough time to breathe and express itself. I think it's hard for a lot of people to understand that that's a live, living connection. I just, like I said, when I spoke with one of my clients this morning, she said, I don't have faith that I am actually connected with my soul. And that is just terrifying for me because you wouldn't be alive without your soul. Let's put it that way. You know, if you really look at it that way, the thing that floats up and out of your body is your soul. It was in you the whole time. And your connection with God and the universe is within you the entire time. The only thing you have to do is allow it. And people are like, I don't know how to do that. I don't understand how to do that. Let's bring that practice back, which again is why I go back to the meditations. And I'm not gonna try to make this a commercial for my meditations, but I will say that you have this ability to quiet your mind and allow. And when I say allow, you can even have a conversation in your own mind with your soul. Just imagine your soul is there and say, you know, higher self, soul, please talk to me in ways that I can understand and that I can implement in my life. Maybe you have like this much wiggle room to do something you truly, truly love and brings you closer to your soul and God. Maybe that's it, that you have like 15 minutes. Do that, because that's confirmation of all your gifts, all your talents, all the light that you can hold in your mind and body, not just for your own well-being and health, which is vital. Let me tell you, your health is directly connected to that. But it's also, you're giving it an example to your kids. You're the example to everyone you work with. You're shining your light. You're perpetuating and hopefully inspiring other people to do the same. So that's the little bit of wisdom that my angels wanted to share with you today, and hopefully, you take that little bit of light, that love, that compassion and inspiration, and you take it with you to your parties and your gatherings and, your temple, your church, your ashram, and you make sure that you hold that as your conscious awareness every day. And I believe that's the best way to celebrate this season. It's such a giving season. I myself am experiencing a lot of joy personally, even though I was crying there. It's really an emotional cry. It's not like a bad cry. It was like I just said a big heavy truth, and I said it in public. But I'm actually really, really happy and excited. My second son, who is going to be 22 on Monday, is returning from a 4-month trip to Spain. And he spent a semester abroad. I'm very happy and excited and deeply, deeply grateful that I have my 3 sons and that they are all such phenomenal people, and they're experiencing life and their souls as I help them do so. This was a trip that my second son has been looking forward to for a long time, had phenomenal experiences. He's been to Portugal, Amsterdam, England, France, Italy. It's a dream come true. And it was simply because he allowed it to be that way. So that being said, enjoy and love your mind and body. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy all your parties and the love you have for each other. And I think next week I'll just be on Tuesday with another guest, hopefully. And if not, I'll be back the week after New Year's. So I'm not ghosting you. I am just taking a little time off and recouping and gathering some information for a book I'm reading. So I'll talk to you later. Enjoy and love your mind and body. And I hope you really enjoyed this podcast. Again, share, like, and comment. I would really appreciate it. Okay. Have a great day. Bye.